Let's talk about an exercise called hip burners. Now, this is affectionately called hip burners for a very good reason. This is something that's going to work a lot of different muscles in your hip, working things like your gluteus medius, which helps with stability of your hip. Deep rotator muscles, great for controlling some stability, but also for people like dancers who need to have turnout, providing some turnout strength there as well. Just a lot of good things that we're going to be working throughout this exercise. With this exercise, we have 4 different movements that are all a part of it. We're going to break it down for each one. Something that's really important to keep in mind is your overall body position, making sure that your core is engaged and that you're not letting your back or your pelvis move around as you're doing this exercise, because that's going to change where you feel these muscles working. With our 4 exercises, the first goal is to get through 10 repetitions of each, or the final one is a 10-second hold. If you can successfully get through all of that, you repeat and do another set. The ultimate goal, and I say ultimate goal for a reason, is to get through 10 sets of 10 repetitions or 10-second holds of each exercise on each side. This is something that is gonna hit you quick, so don't feel bad if even one set is a struggle. This takes quite a bit of time for most people to be able to work up to that set of 10. So here's how we do it. Lie on your side with your knees bent. This will help give you some stability. Keep your core engaged, and you want to point your belly button just slightly towards the floor. You can keep a hand on your hip to also tell you what's happening. Movement 1 is hip abduction. So this is just a lift up and slightly back, keeping that top leg straight. And you want to feel this kind of back and side of the hip. Make sure that you're keeping that core engaged, and repeat this movement 10 times. Next is donkey kicks. You're going to keep that top leg bent and extend your leg back behind you. Here you really want to watch what's happening with your pelvis to make sure that things are not moving in your spine or pelvis in particular. You should feel this in the back of your hip. Repeat this 10 times. Next, we have rotations. You're going to lift your leg up and slightly back with a straight leg. Then you're going to rotate from the hip, bringing your toes up towards the ceiling and pointing back down towards the floor. Each time back and forth counts as 1 repetition. Repeat this 10 times. And our final exercise is a 10-second hold. You're going to keep that leg up and back. Again, you should be feeling this in that sort of back and side area of the hip, similar to where you felt it with the initial movement. So let's review those 4 movements. You'd repeat these all over again. We've got our hip abductions, lifts up to the side, keeping the leg back a little bit and feeling it in the back side of the hip. Number 2, keeping your knee bent, doing a donkey kick behind you, making sure that you're not arching your back like I'm showing here. Keep it nice and straight with the core engaged. Movement number 3, we've got our hip rotations, rotating from the hip itself, pointing toes up and down, making sure that you're not trying to get so much movement that your whole back and pelvis are moving all over the place. Keep that core engaged again and keep everything in control. And then last but not least, 10-second hold up to the side, feeling it in the back and side of the hip.